A storm damage in Purdy, Missouri, putting summer plans for hundreds of campers into question. Camp Barnabas was just weeks away from opening its gates when a fierce storm whipped through the Ozarks earlier this week, Kelly.
Yeah, our Charles Peak shows us why this is such a special place and the big cleanup job that is now underway.
You know, part of living in the Ozarks, I think a lot of times we kind of tend to ignore some of the warnings, and I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't expecting it, and by the time we got here and I saw what I saw, I was a little bit surprised. Camp Barnabas is a summer camp for people with special needs, and we operate 9 weeks out of the summer. When our campers are here, we're doing things like zip line, we have a water park. The sounds that you get from here are laughter, our campers cheering. I mean, it's incredible. Everybody's happy and just joyous. We take campers of all disabilities. We take very fragile campers, even some that are on ventilators, feeding tubes, that really don't have anywhere else to go this summer. I was trying to come in the front gate, and right as I was entering in the code, the power went down, and then I noticed strong wind, the car shaking significantly, wondering what was going on, and then a tree directly behind me and a tree in front of me came down, and that's when I started wondering, could this be a tornado? Am I sitting in the middle of the tornado? Whatever it was, I wrote it out in the car until somebody could come to the gate and manually open it for me to come in. This right here is the hub of camp. This is where everything happens. This is our main walkway to get to and from everything at camp. So we have 123 acres here, and I would say the majority of it needs some type of cleanup. So we need people, we need donations to make that happen. Some rebuilding will have to happen on multiple cabins, and so donations would be incredible. If we don't have this repaired, we're going to have to turn away some campers, and that's just not going to be an option for us. This cannot happen. It's a little bit emotional because I know what needs to happen, but I also know that God will take care of it. In the Ozarks in April, we're always working around the weather, and so, yeah, the rain could cause a problem, so we're praying for sunny skies, no more weather, so we can take in all the volunteers that I hope are coming and get this fixed.
We've got some positive news to share with you. This morning, we're happy to say the volunteers are showing up in a tremendous way.
And Bernadette Losh, the CEO at Camp Barnabas, joins us this morning. Wow, this is great news about the volunteers showing up. And what a week you have had. How much progress is already being made to clean everything up?
Yes, good morning. Thank you so much for having me. I would say that we are probably 80% finished with cleanup, which, I mean, it's a miracle. It has happened so quickly. Your viewers have just been pouring into us with messages, emails, phone calls. We've had volunteers show up from all over. We had one arrive last evening from Dallas, Texas. He had driven for 9 hours, he said, with his toolbox, and it doesn't even look like the same camp. It's amazing.
Now, Bernadette, you mentioned that about 80% of it is done, which means you still have a ways to go. So can you share with us what else do you need, and is there a way that people at home can lend a hand, that they can assist?
Absolutely. We're shifting our focus to just making the terrain more safe for our campers who struggle with their gait, and wheelchair campers. So our focus right now is dirt work. We need to really work the grounds, do some seeding, fill in the holes. We took down a lot of trees that had snapped, and then the ones that had were uprooted left some significant damage in the ground. So that's our focus right now. So donations would help in repairing the grounds.
And camp starts, what, in a few weeks, right? Do you think you'll be ready for the campers by then?
Absolutely. They are messaging, they are calling, and I want you to know, campers, we will be ready. We'll see our first campers on June 1st. So not a lot of time, but we'll be ready.
Yay.
Okay, got about 30 seconds here. I'm sure you've learned quite a bit from this, haven't you? I mean, you always have lessons in life.
Yes, I have. I mean, God has been in control, and I have known that, and just really trusting in Him, but also the community. The community showed up in a big, big way, and just thank you to your viewers.
I'm glad the community really showed up and then some, it sounds like.
Yeah.
So Bernadette, good for you. I'm so happy that it sounds like the camp will be able to open up in a few weeks. That's Camp Barnabas CEO Bernadette Losh. Thank you so much for joining us.
There you go. Great group and wonderful people and better times ahead, no doubt.